So like I said, I'm a big fan of Stargate SG-1, and anyone who doesn't know much about Stargate SG-1, the whole principle of the show is they find these gates, hit the circle at the back here, and they form wormholes to other parts of the universe. Some go further than others, and they discover entire civilizations of people and humans and things like that, and have adventures all around the galaxy. It's rather cool, very clever, bit of sciencey stuff going on, things like that, and it was just fun. And I really like the show. And I had a load of these parts up here, so let's take these two trees out of the way first so you can actually see the gate itself, and then I'm going to talk about the trees. I had loads of these parts, these wing pieces here. Alright, they're in different colours because they were what I had in the parts bin. I've actually can change them out, some of these out in the future, but I kind of like the fact that it made it look like it was like a really old one that had been slightly damaged or whatever, and it's been found and now it's sort of been brought back to life by the GJBricks here in Studberg. And I think it adds a lot of character to it, and one of the things with it is this sort of these symbols all the way around, which I've done with these dots here, but they could be swapped out for stickers, things like that quite easily. I've done them that way just because I thought it gave it a bit of life, made it sort of not quite Stargate this way. It was my own take on it. And then what I've done here is I've actually finished it off with the ramp down here. Notice the odd number of studs wide. It's 7 wide here, 5 wide here. The reason being, actually, it made this have a nicer shape if I did it with the 5. It just kind of made it a bit more self-supporting because it's putting a little bit more pressure on the ring. So I did that way, and then built this ramp down, which I think works really, really well with the 5 stud wide. It kind of, you know, as I said in my recent the 8 stud dilemma, one of the best ways of building trains is actually making them 7 wide. It gives a lot of character to it, and I think in this case it actually works really well having that 5 stud ramp rather than a 4 stud ramp. For some reason, odd numbers actually make it more interesting. We've got a little bunny rabbit down here. I was just looking at little things to make this a woodland scene, like I said, and I had tons of these flowers and stuff, and I've been itching to use as many as I can in places. So this seemed like the perfect spot, this sort of nice tranquil scene, this old Stargate that's been discovered, and everything's sort of grown around it. The trees have come up around it, and it's just sort of, I thought it was a nice, pleasant scene, a good way to do it. Now, one thing I was struggling with earlier on, and this is what I was talking with Mark about, was how to do this control panel. Now, if you've seen Stargate, you know the control panel is again a series of, let's see if my camera is going to focus on this. There we go. Thank you, Brickitect Greg, for that, how to focus these cameras. Autofocus is the nemesis, I tell you, and I know why now. I'm not going to do a video about that, but it's to do with how they do the autofocus. But anyway, in the show, it's a series of rings. They push lots of buttons on it, and I wanted kind of something to look like it had that ring effect. So I was actually hitting on the idea of using this donut piece in the middle, and then that's actually one of those pieces for attaching wheels to skateboards and things like that underneath, and then I've used the handcuffs through it to kind of make it a bit more interesting there. That's pretty illegal build technique, I'm certain, of using how to use a handcuffs, but it actually worked really well. I thought it actually looked, I think that looked pretty cool, and you could add in some pieces here to kind of look like extra controls and things like that, but I just thought that looked pretty nifty and really kind of lent towards what's in the show. If you've not seen it, go and Google Stargate SG-1 control panel and you'll see what I mean. It's this beautiful kind of organic alien round shape, and I think that worked really well. So that was the kind of scene I set up, and I built these 2 trees, and I'm going to show you this one here because I actually found this one on a Pinterest post, I think, and it was just interesting. I hadn't seen them built this way before. Now, ignore the colours because I hadn't been able to get all the parts I wanted at the time I ordered it, but you don't see most of them once the tree's up. But using these Technique pieces down here, it gave a really good, I think that's a really good shape, and you can sort of twist it how you want, you know, if you want something to be flat or down like that to kind of open it up, put in a few extra layers in there, and I think that just was a really good, smart way of building a Lego tree to kind of give it a bit more of a uniqueness, and then just working your way up. It's got a good sort of width to it. It just, you know, obviously that doesn't matter once it's in place, but it could actually be a helicopter tree, who knows. But I thought that was a really good technique, so I just wanted to show that as well. And there was just a sort of few things I was playing with when I built this scene. This tree's a bit more kind of standard, but again, I just liked, I've used a kind of similar technique to do the bigger trees in my city recently, but again, just a nice simple technique, and shows how you can do it. There's a bar in the bottom there just to actually make sure that the thing doesn't come apart on you, but it just again made it that nice woodland kind of calm, tranquil. Here's this really old cool bit of technology just been sitting there in this forest hidden away, and little GJBricks has found it. Hooray! Yeah, and then just building out the garden path and things like that. Like, I could put some more stuff, I could put it on a green plate, things like that, but I just was really happy with how that looks. I just really wanted to finish it, and I think that's a nice little scene. I probably could do with putting the actual Stargate event horizon in here, but I don't think that really matters. That's not the point of it. So I'm going to probably build another one of these to put somewhere else in my city. And as I said, I'm happy to do instructions on how to do this one. There is one thing I haven't done yet, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. I haven't finished the back yet. I'm trying to think what to do here. I think I'm just going to put some slopes on here to do it. I did think about double layering these on the back, but then I had to buy more parts. So maybe I will, maybe I won't, I'm not sure, but I think just some slopes on here. I think these handles work quite well, just mixing it up there, just kind of give it this feel. So I think that's okay. I think I just need to do a few things there. Nothing much to write home about on the base here, but I like to be transparent about this one. Some things aren't always as perfect as you would like, and I will finish the back off when I order the parts for it, but I'm happy that I've completed this now. That was my Stargate SG-1 MOC. Just a little scene, goes in a city. I think I want to build a couple more of these gates, like I said, but I really I thought it just needed finishing off. I like the way that's come out, just that little sort of foresty scene. You can do desert scenes, do all sorts of things if you ever watched the movie. And I'm especially pleased with how this control panel came out with its little cookie and the handcuffs. And it's, you know, as I said, it's not a strictly legal build, but it works really, really well. Let me know in the comments what you think of this. Is it nice? Would you like me to show you a bit more detail about how I've done it? Like I said, it was done with the parts I had, so some of the colours are not right. But I'm happy to finish it, and I think, you know, I would like to do the back a bit more. Just put some slopes on there and things like that. But again, just parts bin didn't have them. But yeah, I'd love to know. If you're interested, I can happily do an instruction on how to build this gate out, because I think it's pretty cool personally. I'm really happy with how it looks. It's quite unique. It's really solid. It's got a good shape. You can have some real fun with that one. I was also thinking you could put it in other cities and stuff like that as a way to travel between each other's LEGO cities. Who knows? Just an idea, maybe. If anyone likes that idea, I'm happy to share it. Thank you for watching this, guys. If you're new here, make sure you hit subscribe. I do post regularly. I do have occasional gaps like I've just had, but I'm trying to get back on track here now. So do post regularly, and I'll be posting again very, very soon. So make sure you comment, make sure you share, make sure you like this video, and let YouTube know that you've enjoyed it. You've watched this video and got this far, which means you did enjoy it. So thank you for that one. Now I'm going to show you a couple more videos, and there's some links here as well that I have around the internet. Be sure to go and check those ones out, and keep an eye out for my next video. I'll also be doing some work with my good friend Dr. McBrick. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you again soon.